So
tell me what a protocol is here. A protocol in my head is HTTP or FTP.
Sure.
Tell me, for the crypto illiterate like myself, in this example, what is a protocol?
I'm
not totally illiterate, but
it's not too far off like SMTP, as it comes up all the time when we're talking about like what are the parallels to what this evolution of crypto is compared to what the Web 2.0 versus the original web stuff as it was coming out. So that parallel comes up all the time. When we talk about a protocol, the language is a project that is running a token-based ecosystem. A really crisp example would be something like Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange running on Ethereum. Another would be a blockchain like Terra, which is building a decentralized finance ecosystem in its own blockchain and supporting its own protocols. So when we say protocol, it's sort of a catch-all term that can mean projects that are deployed and built on a blockchain, and sometimes it is conflated with blockchains themselves. But we for the most part, it is intended to mean a project that is, or essentially a company that is doing its business in blockchain land.
Got it. So if I'm making, I don't know, knives, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to create a token for my knives or something and start selling that instead of selling stock in my company, I am a product in this sense, like a protocol, right? And I'll probably not create my own chain, or I'll use Ethereum. And there's like a whole formula, right? You have to have like a stable coin for a DeFi product and things like that, right?
Well, it varies considerably from project to project. There's, I would say the main killer app in crypto, from my perspective, is finance. But it's beyond the sort of store of value use case that most people think of when I say that. And I mentioned this decentralized exchange, Uniswap. A lot of people have heard of Uniswap if they've heard of crypto, but and even a lot of people, if they're playing around on Coinbase, maybe they've seen that Uni token as one that you can buy. You can buy some Ethereum, you can buy some ETH, you can buy some BTC, you can buy some Uni. You may not realize, unless you've taken one of their learning modules or actually explored more deeply, that Uniswap is built on top of Ethereum. And it itself is an exchange that facilitates the transactions of token A to token B, from Ethereum to Uni, for instance, or comp to wrapped Bitcoin. So that, they are sort of this foundational piece, or money Lego, as we like to say, that allows for decentralized finance protocols to build. And there's some themes emerging around what we see cropping up. There's a lot of really clever iterations of how collateralized lending works when it can be totally decentralized and sort of trustless, and you just follow the rules of a smart contract to take out and repay a loan, rather than going through a bank and having your credit checked and making a monthly payment. Everything is governed by whatever the smart contract developers want, as long as the sort of economics that are building it make some sense. So we're in this explosive phase of experimental growth in that realm, which is fascinating. And I mean, explosive is an understatement in terms of the pace we're seeing. Like literally a year ago was around when it really started to pick up steam, when Uniswap 2.0 launched, and Compound, which is the sort of most significant lending protocol. Apologies to anyone listening who likes Aave; they should be mentioned as well. But that launched in late July or August of 2020, and is already this sort of considered sort of bedrock of the DeFi ecosystem. So that's sort of the pace of evolution in the space is, that's how fast everything is evolving.
Yeah.
The other big thing is NFTs have totally blown up. There's some relationship. Most NFTs are issued on Ethereum as well, and being non-fungible rather than these fungible assets like stablecoins you mentioned, or these governance tokens that I threw out a couple of examples. They are representations of some tangible thing frequently, like art or an NBA Top Shot, although NBA Top Shot is one of the notable programs that's not on Ethereum, that's on a different blockchain called Flow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now about that, because I'm in the, or I'm kind of like slowly fading, away, the Irish goodbye there in the YouTube world, where I'm no longer a YouTuber. But one of the things about that I was kind of confused by with the NFT space, and tell me if you're not familiar with this, but like, if I buy an NFT of LeBron James dunking, I don't actually own that image or have any rights to it whatsoever. Is that right? Like, I can't be like, you know what? I'm going to now use this for my marketing material because I now own this picture of LeBron.
I mean, you could, yeah. I mean, right. It's tricky. It's I like to say that these sort of collectibles are like more akin to something like digital authenticity, right? You have some claim to a piece of that. The trick with those in particular is made a little more intricate because many copies of them are minted. So the scarcity factor of having one that has a really low serial number matters a ton in how much you could potentially sell it for and which ones people actually want to buy. Like, no one wants serial number 31,867 of LeBron dunking, but you could get a pretty penny for one of the top three, 1 through 3s.